For eating?
No free pub for eating.
Does eating need pub?
You could eat at a pub. Welcome in, everybody. Wow. That's
You got good hair.
You do have good hair.
I like this thing in the back.
That
My alfalfa.
Oh, it's an alfalfa.
My alfalfa.
A cowlick. I don't like how it's called cowlick.
It is a cowlick, and I never understood that. Like, I feel if a cow licks you, that's the least of what happens.
The least of your yucky worries.
Yeah. How many pubs can you eat for free?
How many pubs? That's a lot of pubs.
That's a lot of pubs.
No free pub for pubs.
El Rondorio, happy birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday to chat.
Welcome, everyone.
How are we doing today?
Danger Boy, hope you're having a great day. I'm having a wonderful day.
Boo, Twitch, boo. Make me refresh to see Chris. Hey, yeah, that's on you, Avian.
Hey, Rattlecan. Chai Cat, Danger Boy.
You're welcome.
Zilfer. Little Billy. Paint Liquor. Sarcastic Grandpa. Everybody else, what's going on?
MD.
Greetings, all.
Is that Michael Holtz
What?
on Twitch?
No way.
MD Holtz?
No
You're
way.
normally on YouTube.
No way. Why would you do such a thing?
What's
Timbo.
up?
What's happening, baby?
We're doing the Jade Challenge review at the second half of stream today, and at the first half, we're going to be painting up some...
Dreadnought. Sorry,
There you
was that a me thing?
I was about to say something, but I let you fly.
Okay. Sorry.
I gave you your
I didn't
wings.
realize what was happening.
I was going to say non-metallic gold.
Oh, what if I decided I wanted to paint something not non-metallic gold? That's
That's why I didn't say anything.
see? You
You're
just
right.
never know.
You're
One thing I
right.
noticed at the end of the stream yesterday is that at LVO, or at Nova Open, I did not paint this claw.
Oh,
I did not base coat it. All the rest of this stuff, and I was like, I'm done! And I'm like, I'm not done. I forgot this whole hand over here.
Oh, interesting.
Don't you see?
Don't you know?
So one of the first things we're going to do is do that.
You're going to paint the hand?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Cannibal.
Anybody
excited
else
to
out there
see
like me that when you see a problem and you'll go to sleep with it and it'll stick in your craw?
Yes.
That one is one of those. Like all last night, I was like, why didn't I just stay and finish it? Why didn't I do that? I mean, it didn't keep me up at night, but
Oh, the painting of the claw?
yeah, I was like, why didn't I just do that? Why did I not? Why?
God?
Why? Christopher,
know.
why?
Christopher Actually is my name.
That's why I just called you that.
Christopher Actually.
Oh, Christopher, actually.
That's what
Christopher.
That's what they call me, because I typically be like, "Ooh, do it this way." Actually, let's try it this way.
Christopher, actually.
Christopher Actually. My name?
Christopher, actually. Boom.
When you say boom, do you mean boom boom?
I mean, boom.
Bang boom pow. Payne's Gray.
Payne's Gray. I use the tube Payne's Gray now.
Really?
Because it's darker.
That's cool.
It's darker, Christopher, actually.
Christopher Actually. That's cool, man. You're a cool cat.
I'm a very cool cat.
Now,
I'm
so
a very
just
hip dude.
For you guess, I guess you don't really thin it down a whole lot when you're base coating, right?
No, not really.
And by a lot, I mean by
You
know,
don't thin the heavy bodies much
Right.
at all anyway.
right?
They lay very flat. I mean, look at how
Right.
much I have paint on the brush.
Yeah.
I'm not even afraid to take that level of the heavy bodies and just start painting.
I'm not
With
afraid of anything.
It
Doomsday.
lays super.
Oh, we are
flat.
very Doomsday first time chat. We are very Payne's Gray fan club here.
Oh boy.
Oh, we love Payne's
I mean-
Gray. I love Payne's Gray. It's probably my second favorite color.
I mean,
There you go.
to
I said
tell
it.
you.
Combat says, "Hey Monument,
Hey,
what is the best glue to put sand on a base?"
I use super glue for everything.
Yeah.
PVA glue works, like white glue, wood glue, heavier glues from the hardware store works, but over time it peels off.
Yeah. Unless you can you matte varnish the crap
It doesn't
out of
matter if you do or not. Over the
shoot.
years, what will happen is your entire terrain piece will come off. Like all the basing will come off in like a piece.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Really? That makes sense.
I have had so many models over the years do that when I was back in the day. This even extends back to like my GW days. We used to do it that way. They used to suggest using like PVA glue thinned with a little bit of water.
Yes, that's what I use.
Right. And the problem is that it won't be too many years, especially in like Arizona heat, before the entire base lifts off like it was a product. Sand and everything. It's still just a disc that peels off your base. It's really crazy.
I have a bad future coming if that's the case.
You know, I have gone back and used super glue because, like I said, it's like a disc and it folds up around the edges and leaves the middle connected, and you just put super glue and press it back down. It works, but it just is funny.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Shoot.
Yeah, so that's what I've seen experientially in basing my miniatures over the decades.
Damage Inc. Legend has it that the set pricing of Monuments website exists, so I can buy 8 bottles of Payne's Gray.
Yes.
I'm sure you saw my ad.
100%. It's funny how many people are like, I wish I would have known this before I bought all your paints. And it's like, if you bought your paints from us, it probably already happened, and you just might not have known it.
We have been doing that for years.
Since the beginning.
Literally
2018.
since the beginning. And you can include 2 paints on that, by the way. So it's paint. Throw it in there. But yeah, buy any of the singles. That's what you want. 8. You want 8 things of camo green.
You can mix and match the expert acrylics with the tube acrylics. It doesn't matter.
Build your own set. There you go.
I started the set thing when we first started selling paint.
The set thing?
Well, I did this with other paints back when we were Slow Fuse Gaming.
Right.
We started it with Slow Fuse Gaming, and we did it with other colors just because, you know, people would be like, hey, do you carry the Fairy Flesh set? And I'm like, well, no. And the reason why is because you probably already have 1 or more of the colors in the set.
Yeah.
And you need the other 4, and it's a deal, but it always seemed awkward to me. It's like, well, I don't really need that color, but I would really like those 2. And so for me, I was like, I never know as well as you do what colors you need, so we've done the build your own set bundle forever. Same for brushes. It doesn't say on that ad, but brushes or 4 brushes or more get you the same deal.
And that's where that stems from?
Yeah. Well, it just stems from, like, as a painter, the sets were always where the deal was, but I already had some of the colors. And so I don't want to buy the color again just to get the deal.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right? So I'm always like, nah, I'll just get the colors I need for the project I'm on, and blah, blah, blah. I do love the idea that, you know, you get like, hey, what colors are great for purple? And there's a set that has all the colors we would use purple.
Right.
But if we do that, it's always done in a way that allows you to pick the individual colors. You don't have to sweat it too much.
Great.
Great. Thanks. That's my TED Talk.
That's great. Build your own set. Damage Inc. says, I order paint directly from the website every time because my LGS sells Proco for $5 no matter how much I buy. Yep. That's how we support the stores. The store is an experience, and that's kind of why we love supporting our stores, right? A lot of people will...
You mean the FLGS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always a fan. We had somebody respond to the ad today, since it's, you know, like I said, it's new for people that haven't known us as long.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you know, I love this deal, but, you know, my FLGS, I love supporting them. And we're always like, support local first.
Oh, maybe that's what Damage just said here. Yeah.
Yeah, buy from the local gaming store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once you put shipping back on it, really, it makes it really, all of the website stuff is built for people that either don't have a local gaming store next to them, you know, don't have time to get to the local gaming store, don't want to make the trip, whatever it is. We just want to make sure that it's still valuable. But as we open up more stores, we empower the stores to have the ability to sell at that same deal. That's why we don't do sales on the website. A lot of people get frustrated. They're like, how come you never do sales on the website? It's like, well, because we really want you to go support your local gaming store, and they do the sales.
Yeah.
That's really prevalent around times like, you know, Christmas, Black Friday, that stuff. We don't do. Every now and then we'll do like a shipping special, but we don't ever put product on sale.
Yeah, and we do the discount, so if you don't have your own set, that you can build it out, because that's what they are discounted on our site, essentially. Right. So that's what that is.
We adhere to our own pricing rules, so... We play by the rules.
Because if you bought a set there, that's what he's talking about. T. Schmid. What's up, nerds? Happy sub day. 77 months, T. Schmid.
It's a lot of months, T. Schmid. Thank you.
That's a lot of months.
A lot of months. That's how you know T. Schmidt can't be trusted. He's still here after all that time. Still believes.
Still believes. There you go.
You only get one of those. And that was 2.
Rav, thank you so much for that sub. Damage Inc. says the store closest to me sadly refuses to get monument paints. What?
Yeah.
Because the owner thinks it's too thin? Oh, and in his own words, I see. Well.
What's that?
Damage says it's too thin and crappy.
Wow, the owner of the store said that?
That's kind of bold.
Yeah, very bold.
Well,
very bold.
You can go to our store online.
That sounds like somebody who has a grudge.
Yeah.
Because if you've tried our paints, there's no way that's your real thought.
Speaking of lots of months, Chris has been here for one too many. You're fired. Little Billy.
Chris.
Little Billy.
I was just about to keep you around, too.
I know.
But I have to do, Chris, unfortunately, as you know, we have to do what the community tells us.
Do we?
Yeah.
Even at the detriment of my employment?
Well.
Well, maybe, yes. You're out of here.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. Hey, Avian, thank you for those bits. We got singing, folks. We got... Yay. I'm sorry. We did get singing out of Jason. Did you sing or did I sing?
You sang today.
I did?
I sang yesterday.
I won't sing.
I did the Let It Go.
Oh, thank you, Atlantic. Can you... Sorry to ask again, but can I ask if you could show red oxide? Wondering if it'd be good, less bright BA color. No videos on the people using it. We have a couple examples. But, yeah, Jason can throw some on the palette.
Yeah. Red oxide, very good.
I can... Red oxide is... I love red oxide.
It's very good.
I'll go over to the palette. There you go.
How do you want to... Do you want to see it painted on something or just next to, like, Pyro Red?
Yeah.
Or one of the other colors. Red oxide is a really good in-between of burnt red.
Oh.
Right? You can do burnt red, red oxide. So burnt red, red oxide pyro. That works really well.
Oh, okay. Burnt red is just a touch
darker.
Darker.
Yeah.
Right.
Darker and less orange. Right?
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more orangish in the oxide, but it still acts as a really good mid-tone between Pyrrole, even though Pyrrole won't have the orangishness to it. It sits really good as a mid-tone for it.
Crucial Blue says, man, that Dread has come out good way since Nova. Awkwardish Panda, what's up?
Awkwardish, what's going on? Hi!
Paint a strip on that Dreadnought so we can see how it compares work up things.
Yes, watch.
No.
Let me show you how this works. No.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to see it. There's some texture trainers up there, too. Nice. Artistic. We like that. Thank you. As someone that has tried every single paint brand for miniatures, I say crappy is not a word I would use to describe any of those brands, and I think Pro Acryl is hands down best for how I paint.
Well, that's kind of, we're always a brand that talks about, just as a company, forget the brand part of it, but we always take a look at it from a standpoint of the best tools, including paint and brushes, are the ones that finish the model in the way you're happy with. For me to tell you that, like, we do ads that say best paint, period, right? That's marketing. The reality is we know we make great paint, right? We make it in a way that we believe is the best way to make artistic paints for miniatures. We always evolve that. But yeah, I'm with you. There are paints that are crappy when compared to what you would set as a standard. I think you always have to set like kind of what the middle of the road is. If I'm going to paint, I have to have at least this, like going and buying apple barrel paints, while you can see people that say, just to show the world, I painted my mini with apple barrel paint. We did that on stream a long time ago. And the reality is that while you can do it, it is not the standard you would work from. It is not something. It's something that I would not have a problem saying, yeah, these are crappy paints. I can show you how to make them work, but they are not considered to be good tier paints. They are done in a way that is meant to be affordable for tasks that do not need resolution in the pigments and things like that. So they're just meant to give you coverage and put paint on a thing. I use them for terrain. Yeah. Right? When painting large amounts of terrain and stuff. So
that's a good point.
But, when you're talking about, generally when you're talking about hobby paints, there are very few of them that are not usable.
Yeah.
We hold a lot of them in high regard. It's funny, I just had a conversation with someone about a company in our industry who is bad-mouthing us directly to some of their partners, and doing it in a way that is very not conducive to good business, let's say.
Yeah.
And it always astounds me because it's a company we've always said that we respected because they were one of the few companies that made art paint and not house paint, right? Because I have a belief that art, paint made for art needs to act in a way that an artist would expect it to, which usually comes down to mixing and blending. And this company I hold in very high regard for their stance on how they do that. Yeah. And they're the one that are dragging us through the coals. Yep. They did it at Nova. We had people come up and tell us that they were talking bad about us at Nova, and I'm like, what?
Yep. Oh, Alton's saying, looking for a solid base color. Okay, Alton, I think this will definitely show you.
This is burnt red.
Yep.
Right.
Look, burnt red is too dark and pyral is too bright. Okay, well.
Yeah, so that's why I'm showing you.
Red oxide might be the way.
This is red oxide.
Ooh, man. Red oxide, dude. That's such a good color.
And then, of course, pyral.
Yeah. Alton, hopefully that gives you kind of what you're looking for. It's that, visually, it's super in between, right?
Does that help?
That's perfect.
Yeah. It is not the same as if you blended these two together because it has a little bit more of a tinge of orange because it's meant to be like a rust. There's a red oxide pigment, and that's it, right? So that's the color you're getting. You could mimic it, but... Right? What's the difference between the PA glaze and wash medium versus the matte varnish? So the matte, so the glaze wash medium is matte. So you can use it and it will matte your paints if you just paint it clear over the top. It's not as strong of a matte on its own, but close. The matte varnish has more matting agent to it and does not have any of the other components in it. So you kind of, if you are on a scale, right, the glaze and wash medium has more of the components that make the paint skate across the surface to turn it into a wash, right? The surfactants and the glycols. And then on the other side, you have the matte medium that has way more of the matting agent in it to do its job better. Now, it can be added in with paints as a medium, too, to matte them down. It won't matte the matte paints down further, but it can matte the satin paints down. And then to be put over the top as a finish coat.
Matte.
Yeah.
Matte,
so it's just a component. The matte varnish will not create a wash without you adding something else to it. So
I think that shows it.
Awkward says, can confirm that they have been, and several of us that were working with them now aren't, because one thing you aren't going to do is badmouth mine. Well, thank you, Awkwardish.
We appreciate that.
It's crazy, right?
I don't get it.
It really is crazy. Especially, it's, I say it's hurtful. It's because we try to do business in a way that is lifting others up because they don't think that by saying something bad about another company, it improves our position. If anything, I think it makes us look petty. So that's why I don't need to call names and stuff like that out. But it's a shame. We had two customers come up to us at Nova saying, hey, I went to this booth and these people said that when I told them that, I showed them my model, told them I used some of their paints and some of your paints. And as soon as I mentioned your paints, they got all shitty with me. And I'm like,
that's
wow,
kind of a bummer.
What have I done to these people?
I
immediately go into my head, like,
haven't done anything.
Is it somebody I know? Did I smack their grandma? What did I do? I take it very personally because I try very hard to not be that person. So.
We've talked about that in general. You've never, ever have done that, right?
The negative sell is only negative to yourself. It doesn't help anybody else. It doesn't help your position.
Yep.
Especially not in a small industry like this where the artists, I think, above and beyond in this industry versus anything I've ever seen, the artists know the truth. They know.
Yeah.
They know that. Number one, we've never asked anybody to say that they only use Monument stuff is kind of at the root of it. Like I would never ask another artist to say, hey, in order to work with you, I need you to only use Monument stuff. Our signature artist, None of them have anything in their contract that says you can't use other paints. We say that they can't put their name on other products that are paints, right?
Yeah.
For good reason, right? Because we don't want the confusion in the marketplace. We spend a lot of marketing dollars. That makes sense. They can use it. I mean, you look at John Ninus reviews every paint line that comes out. Vince Venturello. If I take away their ability to use other paints, then there's no honesty. Because when somebody like Vince shows you a model, he didn't paint it all with one paint unless he was reviewing something.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Right, because I don't have every color everybody needs.
Right.
Nobody has every color everybody needs. People grew up using Nuln Oil, so you're going to use Nuln Oil when you want to use it. People grew up using Agrites Earthshade. They grew up using whatever color from whatever company you have. It's very disingenuous to say, you must only use our stuff.
Welcome in.
It's too limiting.
Raiders, Solway Studios.
Solway, Nikki, what's happening, buddy?
Welcome in, Raiders.
Sorry, I'm on a rant. I'm on a soapbox rant.
Artistic Outlaw. I'm in marketing. When companies resort to bad mouthing other brands, they're instantly get ready to mental list that don't. Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, it's a shame. It usually shows either some form of desperation or they're just not good business people, I think is a way to say it. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of a broad term, so I can't know that that's true. But you get my drift. We don't like getting caught up in it. There's no reason, no benefit.
Speaking of benefits,
welcome everybody. Was that my cue?
That was it.
Okay.
You did a great job.
Sometimes you pull the rug, like you say, speaking of benefits, and then you run off talking about benefits, and I'm like, wait, that's our thing, Chris. That's my thing.
That's okay. I give you some time. We are doing the challenge review probably around 3 o'clock. There's about 28 submissions, so it takes us about an hour to go through them. So in the meantime, we're going to be painting up some non-metallic gold on this Dreadnought, which is very, as you start doing more of this, you can start to see actually how intricate this model is with the trim. Yeah. It's very gold.
We're still really what is base coats. As I create what would become the dark reflections on non-metallics, both, or any kind of metal. I said both gold and silver, but on any kind of metal, is that as you do it, the big thing is to remember that this yellow is not the bright color on the model. It's brighter than the color I've painted on before it, but it's still dark. So I need to make sure I give myself enough space to put my bright colors on. So you'll see that I'm covering a lot of the model with this, right? Like a lot of the gold is covered with this, and the green only peeks through like minorly.
Yeah.
And this and the green combined will be the dark reflections.
Solway Studio says, hey, Monument. I mostly use Monument stuff because it's great. Keep it up.
Why, thank you. See, we don't hassle
that.
People that only use our stuff.
That's right.
There were a lot of people that walked up to us at Nova saying, this model is all yours.
And I was like, so happy.
That blows my mind.
That's super cool.
I paint all Monument because I have to.
No,
I said something like that at Nova, and people were like, don't you paint with it because it's good? I go, of course I do. But
of course.
Also because Chris makes me.
No free pub for Monument.
No free pub for Monument.
No, this is pub. We hope that you give us a try. That's our core here.
100%. I'm just trying to our company motto is inspire creativity, and we literally are just trying to get people to get excited about painting models. Honest as God is it. Whatever paint you use, whatever brush you use, I'm not going to treat you differently if you come in here and ask me how to paint stormtroopers and you're using Citadel colors than I would if you were saying, I got all your colors and I want to know which colors to use. I may not know how to match those colors because I don't use those brands.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I just want people painting. I honestly don't care what you use.
Non-metallic meatball says, how would you paint a non-metallic meatball? Oh, I see what you did there. That's kind of cool.
So here's the problem with a non-metallic meatball. That's a lot of surface texture.
Of a non-metallic
I've never met a smooth meatball.
You've never
met so there's a lot of crazy texture there that I'm going to have to figure out the shine on. It's like painting a disco ball.
I love that you just said that. I've never met a meatball that wasn't textured. Just like...
I've never met a smooth meatball.
I've never met a smooth meatball. They're always a little rough around the edges.
They're all rough around the edges, those damn...
Oh my gosh. Wired says, just wondering if there will be more transparents coming out soonish, ?
Not really. The idea with the transparents was not to create like a real extended line. It was to create all of the base pigments that you need, because they're all single pigment paints.
Right.
So they mix and blend spectacularly, and you can turn them into whatever you want. And so the goal with them was to come out with, originally the 8, and then we did transparent white for 9. And then technically we have dark magenta, which is a transparent-ish paint, because it's a single pigment Quino magenta that acts like a transparent. So you could put dark magenta in there too for 10 total colors. I do have a transparent red that would be more of a fire engine red than our current transparent red, that leans a little bit more to a magenta tone as you thin it down. So there's a world where I would release that as an individual color, but no more like sets, I don't think. There might be more pure pigment paints that have a lower opacity to them that feel a little bit like that, but they won't have the same low viscosity that the transparents do.
Flapjack says, if I could answer a question with a question, why would you paint a non-metallic meatball? And I was about to say, well...
There's a lot of reasons.
Because I would paint something like Pizza the Hut.
Yes.
That's my only justification.
There you go.
Solway says, yes, please, for another red transparent.
Yeah.
What's
something
up, Mo?
that stays like a real centered red. And so that we've been working on. I've had the sample here for a long time. It just has never made it to release. So we can do that. That would probably be the next one and the last one, maybe. Like I said, the transparents are really, if you want to think about it this way, they're the liquid version of our expert acrylics, which is true of the whole Pro Acryl line, right? Because the whole Pro Acryl lineup is, while they're not all single pigment paints, because that's not necessary, they are all blended hues that make sense, right?
Yeah.
I've explained this a myriad of times. The people that are afraid of blended hues don't understand paint. It's not bad to have multiple pigments to create a color. It's only bad if the base pigment that is the largest percentage of color in that is not the color you expect. Meaning that if I pick up a green and it's made out of blue and yellow, that is bad. That is house paint.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you mix that, it will not stay green. It will lean to blue or lean to yellow more as you add other pigments in. Because remember, in paint, with subtractive blending, what we call that pigment mixing, blue and yellow don't make green. Your eye, they just deceive your eye into seeing green. It's still blue and yellow, right? There is no magical combo of pigment that turns it green. And so what you want is paints that stay at their base level. Browns that start with brown pigment, reds that start with red, yellows that start with yellow, so on and so forth. That's the key. If I add a little bit of white for opacity and to brighten it up, that's fine. It's not going to do anything bad to you if you mix it with something else. It's just going to be a brighter color. So you just have to keep tabs on all that as you go.
Going back up here. Oh, here's a question. Thank you, Okran. Rav says, I can't seem to paint without the paint drying on my tip unless I use a retarder. Tried filling up a big bellied brush for moisture, same result. PA paints are slightly better, but ends up the same. For my climate context, I'm based in Seattle. My
humidity is pretty high.
Yeah, 50% humidity in the room. How do folks in videos can just thin with water and paint with multiple minutes with just the tip? Ooh, that's a great question.
Are you how much moisture are you putting on your brush before you load paint? Right? You can't go to water-based acrylics with a dry brush. You need that brush to be moist. And so the question I always pose to people is, how much moisture is on the brush? What type of brush are you using, right? Those help me answer your question a little bit better.
Oh, Falling Freely, thank you for that raid. Welcome in, raiders.
Welcome, everybody.
Got 2 raids.
Hello.
We're going to be doing our Jade challenge for all of you who are entering from one of those raids around 3. We do a Discord challenge every month, and today we're doing a review. So
post a link to the Discord. Everybody should go over there, check out the challenge entries this month so you know what's going on. And if you haven't joined our Discord already, join the over 6,000 amazing artists on our Discord that are a tremendous community of inspiration. Great place to hang out, make friends, get ideas, ask questions, not just about our stuff, but about painting in general.
Yeah.
We run a really neat place over there.
Rav says, I tried multiple brushes, but I usually get most of the water out on the paper towel.
So moisture on the brush is key, and this is a variable. I can't tell you. We have a video on YouTube. Maybe Chris can link. That's about how I only paint with the moisture on my brush. I don't use a wet palette. I use a piece of glass or a piece of paper. But the idea being that if I
think it's your thumb palette video you talk about.
Yeah, no, it's called painting with only the moisture on my brush. I don't remember what you titled it, but it's not the thumb palette one.
Gotcha. Yes, I'm sorry. I got you. I'll link it.
Right, so you know, everybody will just rinse our brush out in the water, but rather than like squeegee it off, whatever water the particular brush I'm using will hold is what it comes out of the cup with. I don't get rid of that, and then I'll go over to my paper towel that you see here, right, and I will rub it like if I want to glaze, I won't take any out. I won't rub it on the paper towel at all. I'll just come over here and let me grab some of this red that's noticeable, right? So I'll grab some of the burnt red, and I'll just grab a tail of that paint and pull it down here, and immediately you can see how translucent this becomes because I had so much water. This is number 3 brush that holds a ton of water. So I can continue to pull pigment down from the little spot. I don't put water into the droplet. I touch the droplet on the side and pull it away from the droplet to do my addition of water to thin it out so that I can always go back and get more clean pigment and pull it down here to raise my opacity. So if I'm glazing a lot of water on my brush, don't ever wipe it. I will come over here on my thumb palette and get rid of a lot of that. But look at how that glaze is, right? Still seeing that yellow really nicely through there, right? Can put it on, you know, my tattoo, and you see that I get a really nice, consistent, thin down filter that I can paint on anything. Right. If that's not much, then I might come back over here, but knowing that I have a bunch of water, pull a little bit more pigment down in that, right? And now the wetness on my brush is not as high, meaning that the opacity on the paint is going to raise, right? Because I have less water there, see?
Yeah.
So always adjusting the water on the brush. Now that time I hit it on the paper towel twice now. And can you get the palette back up top?
Yeah.
Right. And so it really is just dependent upon how much water I leave. And if I want to have the paint see-through, I leave more water. If I want the paint like I'm doing highlights, then I want less. And I might wipe on my paper towel 3 or 4 times. But it still needs enough moisture to draw the paint. It's not going to leave like a droplet on my hand anymore. Like here, you see the shininess sort of, right? You see the shine of the water coming off on there. Whereas if I wipe it 3 or 4 times, it doesn't have that. What I'll notice is that sometimes I will go over, if the brush is true dry, then when I go dip it in the paint and start painting with the paint, I will lose the ability to pull a straight line. It'll start to, you know, very quickly not fill in the line all the way, right? Because the brush is too dry.
Yeah.
So that's the key. You have to keep moisture on the brush, and the amount of moisture is based not only on the technique you're trying to do, more opacity, less water, but still enough to keep the paint flowing.
Yeah.
You know. And it changes by paint brand, we're in Arizona, so to give you an idea, our relative humidity here averages about 7%, right?
Yep.
So we basically are pure dry all the time.
Pure dry.
And you'll notice that I paint with just the brush load for quite a while in most cases.
Yeah, and also it did rain yesterday for us, and it's still pretty low humidity because it burns up quick. Chuck says, Monument, is that a new prototype brush Jason is using?
Sort of.
TBD.
Sort of. This is the first of the Sable brushes being done out of our U.S. production team, which is a huge deal.
There you go.
We've been talking about it for years. We are only just now having brushes that I can test. And so I took this to Nova along with a number 3 and a number 0 or a number 1 I took to Nova, and I painted with them the whole time. And so they've just come back here with me.
Dry like Chris's humor. Do I have dry sense of humor?
Sometimes, but not all the time. Chris is fairly he has a good range.
Oh.
With humor.
I think so. Sometimes it's goofy, sometimes it's dry. Sometimes I'm serious business mode.
He can get definitely super goofy.
Depends on my mood. Oh. Chris's humor is mushy. Hey, Cannibal. Sometimes it is. I'll expect that. Not on rainy days. How do... Artistic's asking, how do those differ from the Pro Sables?
It's exactly the same, just made in the U.S.
Different brush handle style.
Yeah, we have to be able, in the U.S., we will have to be able to keep the handles different because we will have both our German-made and our American-made brushes. So we decided the red of the sables is still on the brush. We had to darken it up because with the natural wood, our print that will say Monument, Pro Sable number 3, will all be in a darker red so it has contrast and you can read it. So we darken the red up a bit, but the blues will be the same dark blue as the Pro Synthetics. It'll just be at the tip of the brush, and then the text will be in the color here. So just a cool way so that we internally, it derived from the fact that internally we started saying, how do we know what we made here and what was made in Germany, so that if we ever have issues in our QA or in our customer service group, we know where batch-wise to go back to.
Yeah.
And so we said it would be a lot easier to have the U.S. manufactured brushes have an overall different visual look to them, so we've done that.
I'm a little confused. So higher humidity makes the paint dry faster, question mark?
Not typically, no. It can if you spread the paint out and temperature-wise, right? Because you can have quite a bit more dynamic dehydration. What am I trying to say? Evaporation going on. But no, typically in drier climates, it goes dry quicker. Do you know which supply chain we'll be providing for Canadian stores? North America will be supplied both from Germany and the U.S. Europe will only be supplied from Germany. I don't think, we had somebody ask, like in Europe, would they be able to get the U.S. ones if they like the handles on them? And I don't think so. We might send batches over there for promo once we get the EU version of the stream up and running with Mally. That could be a thing that we do so that we would know that we sent them out there specifically, but I don't think in Europe you'd be able to buy the US. But it doesn't make sense, right? Because the brush head, the part of the brush that makes the brush work the way it does, is always made in Germany. We do not employ master brush makers here in the US. So the master brush makers at our factory in Germany make all of the brush heads. Then we just take and build the brush here. So we take the dowel, the raw wooden dowel, convert it, prime it, varnish it, paint it, do all that, and then print it, and then crimp the brush head to the brush and do all the QC. So that's what we do in the US when we say we build the brushes here. So we do all the labor-intensive stuff because, believe it or not, making the brush heads is not as labor-intensive for people that are specially trained in it, but we don't know how to do that. So it takes years to become a brush maker. Have you seen the new Halo Flashpoint models? Yeah. Yep. How you would tackle painting Atriox, and if you didn't want to use non-metallic metal for the armor. The new the Atriox are new, right? Those are like the big gorilla dudes or something like that?
I think so.
I don't know a lot about Halo. I saw them at the show, and they're really cool. And yes, all the armor on all those guys makes you want to do non-metallic metal, but you're insane, I think.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm looking at them right now. Oh, wow. These are just straight up. So how would you do that with non-metallic metal?
Well, that is non-metallic.
I'm sorry, with metallic paint, like true metallic.
Just paint it. Paint it, wash it, highlight it. But yeah, the images they have on their site are great.
That was very cool.
And they do it in the kind of, really beat up non-metallic steel look, which is awesome. Good looking models.
Send Chris to be send Chris to become a master brush maker. I can't. I won't do it. Although that would be very fun and cool.
That way that works is that you have to go to
it's a long time.
School, university for years to become a brush maker.
Yeah.
Now, years is not like going to college to become a doctor for years because it's very specialized training, right? But you have to go to school for years just to become a brush maker. Once you're a brush maker, and realize that brush maker means you can do everything from brooms to all sorts of different types of brushes. It's not just artist paint brushes. And so in doing that, you go for years, you become a brush maker, and then once you've gone out and done your understudy or your real world practical portion of it, then you go back to school again to become a master, a brush making master. And there they focus on the business. So they teach you how to run a business that, surrounded in the brush making world. So the only way you can get the title of master brush maker is because you've done all of that. There are a lot of brush makers that are not masters because they just assemble brushes.
That's incredible work, though.
It's tremendous, yeah. It's a very old school way of doing things, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously very much that this is what you wanted your career to be.
Yeah, you better...
by the time you've gone and done the mastery stuff, so...
Bushman says, keep missing streams because of work. Thanks for the VODs, guys. I'm very thankful y'all put them on YouTube. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, we were very, very lucky that they entrusted the equipment they entrusted with us to us. There was not a reason that they had to do that. We have the equipment here that the family had been using for decades.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good question. Anna's clarifying, how would you go about getting the bluish steel coloring with true metallic metal?
Oh,
that's a good
great question. There's a couple of ways to do it. One of the ways that I've shown in the past, and I don't know if that model sits over here anymore. It's probably on a shelf in the storage room. We had done at one point in time. You know how I will base coat, like when we did this ultramarine. Remember how, and this video comes out pretty quick. I think it's waiting on me to look at it. This guy, we started and painted him with a rusty undercoat, right? Burnt sienna, burnt orange, something like that.
Burnt sienna.
Orange oxide kind of thing, burnt sienna.
It was mainly burnt sienna and dark gray blue. You just went straight to dark gray blue.
Yeah, and so, but I put orange underneath it. You know, when we do our, this is a better example. When we do the dirty steel, this one I paint with the rust colors first, and then we dry brush the dark silver and silver over the top. And this gives you a tremendous non-metallic that, it looks like real metal, right? This looks like metal that's been outside and worn. And this is because you paint it in the rust colors first. So we have tutorials on our YouTube that show this.
I love that.
Paint it with the rust color and then dry brush, the easiest way to paint, just dry brush the metals over the top. So you can do that, and imagine instead of the rust colors, imagine using something like dark gray blue underneath it, right? Imagine building up blues underneath the steel and then dry brushing the steel over it. That would give you a bluish looking metal that then you can also put washes like a Payne's gray wash on, highlight it, do that kind of stuff. It will still look a little beat up if you do the dry brushing because the dry brush puts a texture to the metallic when you apply it. But it's a great way to do like undertones to your metals, whether you want to do greens or browns. We've done it with bronze metallic where you do the verdigris colors. You use like the emerald or the green oxide paints underneath it, and then you dry brush the bronze over the top, and it'll give you that oxide green kind of feel in the recesses for verdigris. That works really well. So you can imagine you can do it with any color. Obviously, I love the way it looks with rust because in our war-torn future and fantasy worlds, it tends to work the best.
Yeah.
But if you want to create that bluish tone, you can do it that way with blues underneath. If you don't want to do it that way, if you want a smoother application of the paint and not do the dry brush, then you can obviously mix in things like transparent blue, transparent black into your metallics that will give them a little bit of a blue hue, and then just paint them on as normal. Just change the color of your metallic to be the color you want it with the transparent paints, because the transparent paints don't take away all the shine of the flake in the metallic. Yeah. Anakin, you can do that. Looks great.
Yeah, I've started to do your technique like that with other colors.
Yeah.
That's how I did the Thunder Boys.
It's part of the thing is that the technique itself is just that. It's just a tool and a method of painting. The specific color we use to get rust is a way to get it to make sense to people. Yeah. Because they see the final product and they're like, oh my God, that's great. And so many people use it just that way. And I'm like, try it with other colors.
I did that with
as soon as you try it with other colors, it opens up your brain to be like, oh,
yep, I did with
that's
the
amazing.
Warriors for sure.
Yeah, so you can use any kind of colors in that underpaint. The rust is just the one that makes the biggest impact.
Yes.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Painting Dreadnought.
Michael Paint Smitties. We're going to be doing our review. If you're coming in from a raid, we're going to be doing our review over at the table around 3 o'clock.
So I got about 15 minutes.
Takes about an hour or so to go through the
15 minutes. We do a monthly challenge where we challenge the community over on Discord with a way to paint their models or a way to tell stories or something that hopefully takes them out of their normal, everyday method of painting and opens up their mind to some other cool things they could be doing. And then we review them at the end of the month, have a lot of fun with it, help people along, understanding things that they did well, things they could work on, and ways to bolster their technique. And then we have some fun picking a couple of winners, and it's a lot of fun.
Jason picks one winner.
That's never in the history of ever happened. I pick a lot because
you pick one winner.
It's a shame because they do so well.
You want to give everybody an award.
That's the problem and why Jen hates it, right? Because Jen's like, you can't give everybody an award. Pick one. But then she comes in and we make her judge these, and she's like, why doesn't everybody get one?
I love your angry Jen impersonation.
Sounds exactly like
Doesn't sound like that at all. Doesn't sound like that at all. My Jade looks so dark in my entry. Jade was the theme. Nice segue, little Billy. The Jade theme is pretty cool. So I like our color Jade, and I deemed it so.
It's one of our best-selling colors of all time.
And then this month, September's, I just put that Discord link in there. We're doing OSL, which I also really like. So you guys are getting a lot of things. You're lucky that you haven't gotten trees yet. I'm just gonna say that out loud.
I'm always astounded.
I'm just saying, like,
all of this
tree.
time, Chris doesn't just have us painting flowers and trees and plants all the time. Because if you knew Chris,
sounds amazing.
Chris's whole life is like he's what is that? What is the person that studies trees?
Herpetologist? Botanist?
Botanist.
Oh, no. An aviary something.
Something like that.
AV something? I don't know.
Apiary.
Apiary?
I think it's apiary.
Something like that.
I think it is.
Oh, arborist.
Arborist.
Arborist, Campbell. Yes, that's what it is.
That too.
No,
He literally everything. He's got plants, fake and real, hanging everywhere. He's big into ambient lighting. Not that has anything to do with plants, but
into ambient lighting. I think ambient lighting is the way you can set the room for a certain vibe for creativity. That is why I do that, and it helps my mind turn things on and turn things off. You turn the ambient lighting on, you're done in that room. I think that's the ambulance coming to take me away.
Ha ha, hee hee, ho.
So maybe no, October. I'm thinking I gotta see what Jason thinks. I think we should do October for our October challenge. What do you think, Jason?
I have a lot of blood angels I have to paint.
No,
can it be blood angel tober?
Blood angel. That's the challenge. You're painting blood angel tober.
Blood angel tober.
Do you smell toast?
Everybody wants October, so we'll probably do October for
I think it'd be fun.
October.
Jason is going to paint a life.
We did Ogre-tober one year.
Ogre-tober?
Ogre-tober. Jen and I painted ogres.
Well, okay.
Jen and I both painted ogres on stream.
October, but no green. Okay, maybe October.
Ogre-tober.
Ogre-tober. My Frostgrave Orcs crew use members. Oh, I love Frostgrave. I love that game. It's a very fun game, and I have been spoiled in the version of how I played it. Because our good friend Chance, shout out to Lord of Brunch, he has the best version of Frostgrave out there. He's like, it's going to be in a frosty city? Perfect. Makes a frosty city on the table. Oh, did you summon a frost giant by accident? Great, let me go grab that mini. And it's fully painted. And there's a frost giant on the table now. Anyway, I played the best version of that game. So I'm spoiled.
By best, he means that the guy that set it up had everything and did all the work for him.
100%. Because he's like, I've got 1,000 pieces of terrain. We might as well make a whole city. Because that game's very city-based, right? So, very fun game. All right. Everybody's looks like they're painting orcs. All right.
Well, but we have September.
Which is OSL.
Yeah.
So we have to get through September to get to October.
Right.
Everybody calm down.
Everybody calm down.
That's what we're saying.
A month in between there you got to do.
There you go. Orktober. Paint an orc. There's some cool orc busts out there, too. Some really cool ones.
I have one I just got. So maybe I can paint that.
No. What kind did you get?
It's from RTLW, and it's a orc with it's a really cool one.
Is it the one with the
I think he's got a flintlock pistol.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh.
So
you have too many blood angels to paint.
I have too many.
You guys paint the orcs. Jason will paint the blood angels.
I have to do this.
You have to. You're on a trajectory. We have a plan here. You guys will paint orcs.
I have to do this, chat.
But what about Orc Venber or Orcsember? Mo, that shouldn't have been that funny in my mind. There you go. Hey, calm down. Keep an eye out for all of you who are chomping at the bit. Here's our Discord. Get ready. Dwarf timber. All right, now we're getting creative.
We don't do dwarves here.
We don't do dwarves?
We don't do dwarves.
You're not a fan of dwarves.
No free pub.
No free pub.
Smarmy little bastards.
You know those dwarves? No shave November. Your models must have beards. That cannibal, that's hilarious. Darn it.
Darn it.
Gosh dang it. Paint a model with a beard.
Then it's
Son
dwarves.
of a gun.
Then it's dwarves.
Oh. We have so many challenge ideas now. Like I said, you're lucky you haven't gotten a tree challenge. I almost did it in September too. I'm like, okay, paint something foresty. So
tree timber.
Tree timber?
That would have been, look, think about it. Think about it for a second.
I
can't. Timber.
Well, I know.
Did you see what I just did there?
Yes. And here's the thing. Thought I was going to get crap for it because like, of course he did trees. Everybody in chat like, of course he did the trees. I will not paint rat ogres. Source, you're still on this. I did not promise to paint rat ogres. You're falling off of your logical ledge. I did not promise anything. I have promised some things and have lied to you straight to your face.
Yes, he has.
That was all you, Source. I said maybe we could potentially paint some rat ogres. That's not a promise. That's a maybe with a guaranteed no.
Ha! Well, that was funny. That was pretty humorous.
Oh, no. Clip it. Where's the clip? Find the clip where I promised. And if you do, I'll paint a rat ogre.
Careful. They're going to find it.
I'll paint a rat ogre. If you find the verbiage where I said, I promise we'll paint a rat ogre, I will paint a rat ogre. There it is. Go find it because it doesn't exist.
He erased it. You remember the power this man has.
Power. I've got the power. I've got the power. No. Ravis, you can't do the clip that I just said. That doesn't count. It doesn't count. Timestamp it. Oh.
See, he cheats, chat.
No, I don't cheat.
That's a definite
Because if I use that logic, then Jason has said to do many times.
That is also true.
Oh. Source, gotta admit that Rat Ogre Tober has a nice ring to it. I don't know why I see you with like shrugging your shoulders like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Source, have you not painted your rat ogres yet? That's the core of this issue.
I feel like that's the big takeaway here.
Right.
Slacking.
Source, I'm calling you out now because I'm diverting.
Deflecting.
Isn't it translucently?
He's
Transpiring?
deflecting.
Flappery?
No, you just make words up. There was a deal.
With the devil?
No, it was... Who was it?
No,
I don't think it was Dave Chappelle, was it? He had a character, it was a comedian who had a character that just made up stupid words all the time.
I don't know.
That's Chris.
Banned. You're all banned for clipping that. Banned. The banned hammer. I have resisted getting a gavel, chat, because there needs to be order in this court.
That's what the gavel was for.
I know, but that's too not ordery, you know? Tyler O, we'll do this question and then we'll go over to the table. Way back machine question, when you were painting the Munich skin, you mixed royal purple with number 14, which was before the amp colors. Which paint was number 14? Thanks.
When I was painting what skin?
The Communicant? Communicant? Oh, is that the big robot?
No, it's the Trench Crusade guy.
Oh, got you. You mixed royal purple with number 14, which was before the amp colors.
Well, it's still number 14. It's the AMP 14. So we'd have to look and see. I don't know them by number. I'm horrible.
The Trench Crusade model. The Trench Crusade. Believe it was Burnt Umber, says Flapjack. Probably if it was for skin, because you've been liking Royal Burnt Umber for your skins recently.
Hang on a second, I'll tell you.
Hey, that's okay. Monument Hobbies, will you paint Gilliman and his flaming sword as OSL?
I've always wanted to paint that model. The trim gives me the heebie-jeebies. The way they did it is a little bit brutal, but...
And by heebie-jeebies, he means oobly-jeeblies.
No, that's AMP 18. What's AMP 14?
I don't know.
What is AMP 14? You sure it was 14?
I think it was, because Tyler says, oh, thanks, Burnt Umber makes sense. I don't think it was skin.
That's AMP 18.
Oh.
And they didn't change numbers, so...
Maybe you...
Much to many people's chagrin, they did not change numbers because there's a bunch of them in there that do not have... They're not in the right order.
Huh. Maybe, Tyler, I would have to go back, but...
I'm trying to remember. I'm looking at all of them, and that doesn't make sense because it's not...
Burnt Umber is awesome, Awkwardish. It is very good. It is very nice.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been. I mean, I can look at it here, but...
So, chat, we're about to go over to the review table. We're about to do our August challenge review, which was all about Jade. And Jade, we know a Jade. Jade is in here normally. Jade, I think I saw you earlier. What's up, Ghoul?
Yeah, the trim sucks to paint on that Ginkgo. Oh, it was number 14 at the time? Really? Yeah, see, if 14 doesn't exist, then it's one of these other colors that didn't get made.
Well...
Oops.
Unhinged Feral.
Oops.
Hello, friendos. Hey, welcome in. First time chat.
Oops. All right. To the table.
You're going to the table.
Rapunzel, to the table.
While Jason walks over to the table, enjoy the sultry sounds of me.
Telling you that I'm walking to the table.
Are you walking to the table?
I kind of Rapunzel left like airplane. To the tower. Rapunzel.
Look at that. I'm going to adjust Jason's camera.
Is this the right placement for the microphone? Is it pretty good?
How does that look?
I think it looks great. I feel like I'm on radio.
All right. Jade Challenge.
Hey, marzipan.
Jade Challenge. Speaking of Jade, this is the Jade Challenge.
I want to look at the thing in the bag.
How you feeling over there, son?
I'm not your son. Dad.
Here we go. All right. Jumping right in.
Sing a song.
Ooh, General Ginkgo. Off to the races.
That penny looks totally fake.
It does?
I don't understand the composition. The penny's in one of them and not in the other.
I like the penny.
Foul.
The penny's not Jade, but this does speak
I really
Jade.
like this piece. I think using the Jade as a contrast color is really good, right? So the hood with the contrast of the pale flesh, like this undead flesh, is fantastic. And then pulling the metallic into that sort of bluish steel, you could almost with the Jade get away with just grays. But it looks great. Everything came together really nice on this.
Yeah, General
Love
Ginkgo.
it. Simple composition, right? There's a lot of color here in the skin, right? You can see you make out some of the purples / magentas, a little bit of life under the skin, which looks really good, but the pale nature of it keeps it to where this is really like a 3-color model, right? The jade, the flesh, and the steel, and it all works fantastic.
And the theme definitely is on point. When I look at this, I think about Jade, right? That's great.
You?
I do, personally. Do you?
No.
Do you do?
Forgive me for Chris. I don't know what happened.
Dyslexic mini painter.
Ooh. See, now look at the texturing on this, right? This is almost like doing the texture of like jade stone.
Yeah.
Right? Like I get the feeling of that kind of sponged on or very wet application, however you did it, that gets that cloudiness to it and gives it that marbled feel almost. Great work on the texture there. Yeah, that looks really, really good. We know this model.
That's
and again,
cool.
Look, check out the blade with like the gold inlay.
Yeah.
Right? Like the veining inlay on there.
Yep.
That's really, really cool. Great idea for a way to use the jade again as a stone. And it looks like that weird lump of flesh that he has on his necklace is just, it wigs me out. Like when I was painting, I was like, does that have a nose? It does. It literally has like a nose on that thing on his.
This?
Yeah, the pendant.
Oh.
No, the pendant. There's noses all over him. Don't you remember when we were painting him?
Yes, you're right. That's wild.
There's literally like noses all over this guy. It's crazy. But the jade pendant on his necklace looks really good. But the sword, again, is fantastic. Same thing, right? We have that good texture that gives us the idea that if you shined a light behind this, it would be translucent. Because the thing with jade is if you take a chunk of it and you stick it in front of a flashlight, light comes through it because it's not completely opaque.
Yeah.
And so this is really cool. I like this. It gives me that feeling. Plus the gold inlay on there, right? Like it has fractures in it, and they filled it with gold.
Yeah.
I love this.
Good job.
Great job. Where did we get that many from? I think that might be another one of the RTLW ones.
I think
no,
so.
No, wait.
The Nurgle one?
It's not RTLW. It's... I can't remember the guy's name. He's a sculptor that you can buy the 3D prints from, and you can get the STL or in 3D print. We bought it as a 3D print and didn't print it ourselves, but it's a great model. I really enjoyed painting it.
Nice.
Fantastic detail on it.
Scully,
This little
Billy.
guy's funny.
This is Little Billy's entry.
Little Billy, I like this guy.
He's definitely wearing some jade armor.
Yeah, I like it. The armor reads a little more of the blue side of jade, right? So I think Little Billy said he thought it was a little dark. It could also be the contrast of the white background that I'm losing a little bit of the green on. But I like what you got going on here. Is it metallic?
It looks...
Did you mix metallics into the jade on this? Because the shine on the armor part it makes it feel like it's metallic.
Yeah, I think it might be.
It is Salad Sculptors, I think, right? Yeah. That sounds right.
Little Billy.
That sounds right.
Oh, tiles. Yeah, Mahjong tiles. Okay. It was a gloss varnish. Oh, cool.
Okay, cool.
Nice. We'll give you that one, Little Billy.
I like it. Very cool. I just like the miniature. Really good job.
Panic Bomb. Ooh, look at this.
Jade armor.
That's Jade. That
Jade
speaks
armor.
to Jade.
I like this back view where I get the idea of the shadow moving into that highlight of the more turquoisey coloring or the bright jade.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I could see a lot
I want to see more of that contrast on the front. The idea of the back being so dark and the front being so bright, make it to where you get like the front of the shins a little bit darker, brighten up the back of the leg. You've got a little bit of brightness on like the butt plate, right? But I want to see like the top of that other shoulder pad, the top of the backpack on the back, just so you get a little bit better read of depth of volume, and you could bring a little bit of that darkness onto the front as well, so that you get that transition of color, because the greens on the back really bring a big visual interest, and the front is a little overdone with the brightness.
Yeah.
Right? The curvature where the backpack goes down towards his neck, great place to have some darkness on the front. The curvature of the shoulder plate where it's bright on the top and then gets a little bit darker as it curves down to like where the little leather band with the teeth on it is.
Yeah.
But great job. The coloring on this is fantastic. I really like the chest plate coloring on there. That real desaturated, almost pinkish red is a really great combo for this.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah, great job. These would look really great as an army.
That's right.
Right? The red earth, the kind of Martian earth on there, that golden reddish earth, and then the coloring brought up onto it, the boots. All of this color-wise works great. This would be a fantastic army to look at on the table. I can imagine vehicles like this would be tremendous. Good stuff.
Doomsday.
I like this because, again, we've started with like the dark jade and let the jade itself be the highlight, so I get a much darker overall coloring.
That's cool.
Much like the Space Marine, the back of the Space Marine. This is where I really find interest in jade, right? Is not to where it takes over the whole thing, but where it gets that depth, which is why I like when you see them and the people that have painted it like a stone. They've got dark layers, mid-tone layers, bright layers. They all kind of swim together. Yeah. Gives you a really unique depth. This does it too, just with the fabric, right? Very, very cool. Great job on this. I like that.
T. Schmid.
I like it.
Oh.
T. Schmidt showing off his 17 mil Pro Acryl bottles.
Oh, we see
That's
that.
all this is a flex. All this photo is a flex, Taylor.
Oopsie, did that make it in?
I didn't remember those being there.
Well.
I mean, some of y'all have been here a while, but...
An ancient relic? An ancient relic of times past? That's cool.
Oopsie.
The model's cool too, by the way.
I like it. Yeah, again, the dark jade and using the dark jade and the bright jade together really pulls it in. You'll notice that, again, when we make triads here, the triads are not specific triads the way you would think about them. They're not just shades and tints of the base color. So in jade, dark jade, and bright jade, you get a push either to more green or more blue, and they shift, right? So that the dark jade can feel a little bit more blue, jade feels a little bit more green, bright jade feels a little bit more blue, so that when you use them all together, you get a really cool mix of hues. Yeah. And I like this because the contrast that the dark jade, bright jade make is really, really good.
Yeah, great job, Tim. Or Taylor. That's awesome. Red Xenos. Look at the fire.
Jade armor is great.
Yeah,
that kind of green. That's a really unique, like dark, like oily green for the flame. I like that. But the jade armor is fantastic. Look at that. Yeah. This is if we go back, if you don't have to go back, but think back to the Space Marine. No, you don't have to go back. But if you think back to the Space Marine, this is a good one to look at because look at the shading and contrast made along the calf muscles and the shin of the leg and the underside of the arm. This is the kind of thing that brings more depth to the armor. Look at the shield on the back where you have the jade field that goes to the dark as it goes through that slight hump in the middle. Think about these types of things because this really not only gives it good contrast for making it feel a little bit more metallic when you couple that with the bright highlight, but also just brings more volume onto the model. Great job on the sword, too. The sword jumps out as being really good. You didn't take that kind of checkerboard non-metallic too far. I like the way it's done. Good stuff. Of course. I'm surprised we made it this deep before we got Thousand Suns.
Yeah. Thousand Suns are all jade.
Great job.
OSL
kind of turquoisey, right? Because they're Egyptian themed, right?
Right.
So that turquoise and gold. But I really like this with the bronze.
Yes.
The jade and the bronze coloring is fantastic on these guys. And then let the yellow stand out. The problem that I've always had with Thousand Suns is that they use that turquoise and yellow / gold. And the yellow doesn't always stand out when you do gold metallic on them.
Yeah.
So this bronze and jade looks really, really good. I like that.
That's a classic feel on those.
Yeah, I like that a lot. The green eyes work.
Game hippie.
Game hippie. Fantastic smoke. We had somebody the other day, it might have been Bud. Somebody was talking about struggling with smoke.
Yes.
This is exactly what you need to be looking at, right? Because the smoke is going to be darkest where you would normally highlight a thing. Right?
Okay.
Because notice how the highlight gives off that OSL, that the brightness is on the inside of the smoke bubbles, if you want to call them bubbles, the spheres of smoke as they puff out.
Yeah.
The brightness is all in between.
I love this model.
Yeah, this looks great.
This is cool.
This looks great. I will comment that I think the jade on the earth is a little much. I think that it would have played a lot better to do something darker and not highlight your terrain so bright, so that the brightness of the smoke really took center stage on this. This is a composition thing. It doesn't look bad by any means, but think in terms of what you're really trying to focus on. I really like people to think in terms of when I'm painting the model, what's the prime thing I want people to look at first? It's okay to just ask that question. What do I want people to look at first? And most times you break it down into the dude, right?
Yeah.
The thing the dude is holding, or the base, right? And most times the base is not the key feature, right? Even when you put things in a diorama, the base should just be the environment. I like more desaturated coloring, darker coloring, things that fade into the composition rather than bright, punchy things in the environment. So yeah, I would darken the base up on this, but it is a spectacular piece. Such great work on the smoke.
Good stuff.
And the gold on the little, just a fun model, right? I can imagine this thing running down the hall at us in a dungeon, and I'm like, I am leaving.
It's an endless spell.
I am leaving.
Ooh. Calm.
Speaking of rats.
This is great.
Speaking of rats.
I love the depth of field that you did with the picture to show off some of the jade.
That warp stone, using the jade in the glow of the warp stone.
Yep.
Great idea.
I love this.
It doesn't make it that bright yellow green that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah.
And but it looks like we've got some green there. I'm assuming jade is the back color for this, and then we've moved into brighter colors for the highlights and stuff, but it looks really, really good.
I dig it.
This is just a great looking mini.
Michael Holtz.
Striking Scorpion. Is this Striking Scorpion? I think it's Striking Scorpion. Jade Eldar armor is never a bad choice.
Oh, yeah?
The last Eldar I painted on stream was one of the dude, they're Dreadnoughts.
Oh, okay.
The dude that's just a soul and a crystal and a suit.
Oh, I don't know what those are called.
I don't remember what they're called.
Great
And I
job,
did
though.
it in Jade. We showed everybody how to take Jade and do non-metallic metal armor using just Jades.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic as an armor color for any Eldar. I just love it. On the table, again, Jade as a main army color can be so amazing.
Yes, I would agree.
So amazing. It's one of the bright colors that doesn't tend to get boring for me across an entire army. You know, we talked about how red gets boring, which is why I'm switching up the silver and gold shoulder plates.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, very vibrant colors tend to get boring across an entire army until you start adding weathering and individuality to the models.
Yeah.
Jade, for some reason, man, a sea of Jade models. It's that, I don't know what it is about Jade. It's such a great neutral color.
Yeah. It does. It's not too
This looks great.
overwhelming. It's not too overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. Great job on the base, too. Again, very understated, but the grass and stuff, the tufts are done very well on there. Looks like he's fighting in Arizona.
General Ginkgo, submission 2.
This one,
Interesting.
the Jade is used as kind of a mid-tone, almost a weathering on the tunic or the shirt, right? Because it's not the color of the shirt, I don't think. I only am finding the Jade in those like straps along the parts of the shirt along the suspenders.
Interesting.
Right?
But the overall theme feels like Jade, which is cool.
Yeah,
like the
it's
way
good.
you used it.
I'm just only seeing the greenish lean on there, but the bright and the dark, again, we go into that world where we subtract a lot of the green with the bright and the dark, and it gets to really hinge in on the blue. It looks great. It's a cool model, too.
It's a very
he looks like he's having a bad day.
It's a very interesting one. Sulfur. Ooh.
All right, dude. This model's awesome.
Oh, those are like
Those
ghost
are hands. Yeah, those are like ghosts, like ethereal hands holding the lanterns.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. What a neat model.
That is very cool.
And that robe is awesome.
I dig in this one.
Yeah, I love it. Great work.
It's a very Jade focused. Obviously the model is just cool itself, but I see Jade when I look at this.
It pulls the focus to the center and is really, really cool. You know, you've got a bunch of bright coloring with the kind of magenta ghostly hands, and then of course the lanterns in the yellows and oranges, and the owl's face being so bright around the mask of the eyes. But the Jade really centers all of those. It creates the halo that the lights want to be by being the only real dark component, but still handles the highlight on the textures of the fabric really well. Great job. Yeah, really good use of color there.
Anna.
Jade Dragon had to do it.
Jade Dragon.
Love it. Yeah,
That's
this
a
is
fun
really
model.
good. I love the combination of the greens, the kind of desaturated greens, and then the Jade scales works really well.
Yeah.
Right? You find out how well Jade plays with greens in something like this. We've seen it play well as it leans towards the blues, but you can also lean heavily into greens and get a lot out of it. This is a fun little model, too.
I dig it.
Kind of like a chibi-ish dragon. I like the little back legs just kind of sticking out. Speaking of chibi, what
Zombie.
is Space Cat? Favorite thing ever.
This is cool. Is this from Neko Galaxy?
Looks like it almost, huh?
Nice. The reflection looks great too.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun. I like the iridescence you've given to the Jade. This is a very, very fun way to use Jade when you lean into the blues in the darkness and bring it up to the brights, and then that kind of bright yellow-green highlight to it.
Yeah.
Pulling into the yellowish part of the greens.
Still
Works really,
great.
really well. Makes it, like I said, it makes it feel like iridescent, almost like it has a color shift component to it. Really cool. And a fun model again. You guys are picking some really cool models. I love that people are stretching out into things that they really enjoy.
Yeah.
Content-wise. I like the nebula and space thing on the helmet. That's just clear plastic with the cat's face inside, right?
Or is that painted on?
No, I think the cat's face and it has clear plastic, and then he painted the space over part of
the cat's face.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Very, very cool.
Awesome. Kramer. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's a clear visor that you paint the cat's face, and then you put the visor over it, and then he painted the space on the nebula and stuff on the visor.
Kramer.
On that, if you go back,
yeah,
there's a thing I'd like to say is that the nebula and the space, you see how you have that hard line where the space stops?
Yeah.
A really cool way to do this that's very difficult to grasp is that instead of sectioning a part of it off, you've got the cat painted underneath.
Yeah.
You've got that kind of dark black that you can use as the background for space, or maybe it's Payne's gray or whatever it is, that opaque color. Push that into the corners where you would have more shadow, less ability to see through the plastic.
Yeah.
As you come across the face, start thinking about using things like the transparent paints and doing it in transparent black across the area of the cat's face. Then the transparent black down and create a gradient where you're basically really creating like an alpha channel in Photoshop, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where you go from an opaque space background to a translucent space background, but it makes it continuous across the entire field of the clear plastic.
Yeah.
And then you can paint your stars and extend the star reflections out into the more clear part where the transparent paints take over so that it makes it a full reflection, but you can still see what you have underneath. This is a thing that we used to do in cockpits for airplanes and spacecraft, so you could still see the pilot, but you could get reflection and things painted on there too. Because the opacity of the space makes it feel weird that you can't see the cat through it.
The surface was very glossy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, so maybe...
You can matte varnish it first.
Oh, okay. I was just about to say that. You could do like a matte varnish.
Do matte varnish first, paint it, and then gloss varnish over the top. The gloss varnish will bring back the see-through nature that the matte varnish took away.
Yeah.
And allow you to paint on that surface. So some fun stuff you can do with clear plastic. That's how we do. That's how I tell people to do stained glass.
Yeah.
Things like that. Works really well.
Kramer. Ooh. I like dwarves.
I mean, somebody has to, I guess.
You don't like dwarves.
I love dwarves. They're fine.
This is an awesome Jade axe, by the way.
I like the face paint.
The face paint looks dope, too. I love that he only has one arm on this bust.
There's a lot that will do that.
You know, I just like that.
It's like the business arm is the one that's shown, and the other one didn't have any part in the story.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, the one arm is about to do business, and the other one's irrelevant.
The other one's about to do business. The other one, nah, we don't need it.
Yeah, I like it. Great metal on the wristbands. I like the scale on the shoulders, too, and the chainmail looks really good. The axe is great. Nice subtle plays with the color on this because you've used it in a lot of different ways. It may just be the photo. I would like to see the face paint be a different color than the tunic.
Yeah.
They seem very similar, but again, that could just be the photo. Remember that I don't get to see the model in its entirety in its reality state.
Yeah.
The photograph. So I would pull the face paint to be either brighter, more green, more blue, to separate it out from your other colors, because again, you want to make it to where every time I use a color over and over on a model, you want to use variations of the tone of that color, because the same color won't look the same on fabric as it does on metal, as it does on leather, as it does on skin, right? So just make some variations. It may already be done.
Yeah.
If you're holding the model and you say, it does look different, great. The photo, I just can't tell. But this is a great model. Great job on it. Really love that axe.
Ooh. What?
Okay, now Jade Rat is bitching.
Actually, that's a great idea. A Jade rat gives it a little bit more depth to just being like a dark gray rat.
This would be a really great way to do crows.
Oh, yeah.
I usually do crows with like dark
Sure.
purple, Payne's gray, the gray blues and things like that with a black wash over them. This use of jade on fur is fantastic. It gives you the idea of black fur in a very different kind of lighting environment.
It does feel like black fur, but it reads as jade.
This is a great one to take a screenshot of or to go back to and look in the Discord at how is a really cool way to paint black.
Yeah.
This may not have been the intention. I think it was. But having that jade fur on there gives you the idea because it goes to such a deep shadow of almost pure black on the underside that this is how you retain the feel of, oh, that could be black. It's just dirty, dusty, and the lighting and the environment he's in is making it give it this kind of bluish, greenish hue, which is bitchin'. Great job for such a little model. I love it. Tales from the Jade Rat. Nice rat.
Fitty Witty?
Oh, Jade skin. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah. Jade for skin is really, really cool. We did the Jade skin on the Mineworks model. I don't remember what her name is.
The Morrigan.
No, not the Morrigan. It's the King Arthur. What was?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
The witch. I don't remember. Anyway, who is Payne, by the way?
Who's Payne?
The
Lady in the Lake.
Yeah, Payne was just the artist that William Payne.
William Payne.
I don't remember what his first name. I think it was William, but it's just the artist that came up with that blend of pigments.
Nice.
Yeah, this is great. Right, I love the jade flesh. Jade is an interesting color when you start mixing. I mean, anything when you're doing flesh like this, remember that you can add in things like olive flesh, warm flesh to it to bring it out of the jade coloring into a highlight that feels like skin.
Yeah.
Without altering the jade too much. So,
gotcha.
Great job on this. I love all this color combo too.
We did. Oh, love that Jade OSL feel. I love this model too. I am a huge fan of skeletons though, so take mine with a grain of salt.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool.
First off, fantastic OSL.
Yeah.
Right? Really gives the idea of a faint, glowing, magical type of a thing. You know, you can tell that the sword and kind of where it hits the ground is where the glow is coming from.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah, I'm really loving it. Everything is done really nicely. Look at that last pic where you can see the brightness closer to the point.
Yeah, that
the origin point on those skulls.
Yeah.
That skull pile to the right.
Yeah.
And then look at the skull over on the far left, the dark glow there. Yeah, just a great job with the brightness and the understanding of light on this one, Wooden. This is fantastic. And a really good monochromatic palette on everything else.
Yeah.
I love the skeleton,
too.
the shield, all of that is fantastic for a situation where you basically have got two competing light sources. I don't get to see the real color of the environment because I've got this, I can imagine, like a torch flame in the foreground and then the magical glow that's going on in the back. This is a great piece. Really great way to do this. And great manipulation of the jade and the coloring across the bones in the back where you've got your shading moving in forward to the light. The blends are fantastic. I don't find the light jumping out. This is a grade A class in how to do OSL across the entire model. Fantastic job.
Treebeard.
This is a great one.
Oh, nice.
These models are just
nice
awesome.
Presentation.
Yeah. I get a kick out of this just because the models are rad.
Yeah. I love this presentation.
It's like a toucan beak.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's a weird looking dragon face, but it is a dragon, right?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, very like alligator gar, you know, kind of Japanese influenced or Asian influenced.
Yeah, good
I love
stuff.
It. Yeah, the water pouring into the pond is great too. Love the tree, the stone, just a great composition. And of course, the jade again pulls feature into the dragon. I would stay away from too much of the similar coloring in the tree unless that's part of the story, which it kind of feels like it is. Like this is the dragon is part of this environment kind of a thing.
Right.
So so I can forgive it on that one. Just a great job. I love it. I really love the pull of yellow onto the front of the snout.
Yeah.
And the kind of flame on the tail. Great job. Really interesting model.
Vipus.
Jade Flame.
Jade Flame.
Also good.
Mandrakes.
Being able to do something like that where you've got like that bale flame, Jade works great for it.
Good stuff.
It's a really, really good, like we always joke about how if you're wondering what kind of color a feature of the model needs to be, whether it's a necklace or a little thing. Jade is never a bad answer.
Jade's
and so this
never
is pulling
bad.
that off, right? You've got the kind of flame on the arm. I think it was over. Is that a wing? What is that? I don't know, man.
I think this is a flame on the arm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like it's flaming.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Because there's nothing over on this side, so
I love
good
it.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a great way to pull focus to a cool feature of a model because Jade is one of those punchy colors that doesn't go so overly bright
Yeah.
that it gets obnoxious. Another great one. Look at the toned down Jade. Look at the desaturated nature. It just pulls off cloth so well when you only go to Jade as the highlight off a dark Jade.
Yeah.
And the blend between the two keeps it nice and dark. This is a great piece.
This is a cool piece.
Nice and subtle.
It's
Love
very
it.
it's colorful and subtle all at the
Mhm.
same time.
It fits because you can imagine kind of a World War I-ish
Yeah.
type thing going on. World War II. Yeah. Yeah, I love the dirt. Great color choices here. Again, we have a very limited palette working, but it tells a big story. Good job.
Ross the
Ooh.
Boss. I love the crinkle paper too.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
Great job on the egg. The texture on the egg is great, but of course the little jade creature popping out is fantastic. Love the
Yeah.
eye.
Wonder how big this is.
The stippling on the eye is great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would guess probably the size of a real egg,
I would think
given
so.
the crinkle paper
Yeah.
size. Is that a rock or is that an actual mini?
I think that's a mini. I would assume. I do love the egg. Yeah, it definitely looks like the size of an egg. So it's about 75. Okay, 75 mil. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so bigger than a regular egg.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah, that's a great piece. It's a lot of fun for being so simple.
Nat. Oh, David Jones.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. Again, the jade acting as just an accent color works really well,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah. I love how the tentacles came out.
Yep. Yep. Going to that kind of magenta on the tips is neat.
Jason.
Nice and colorful. Sir, yes, sir.
Could you do your best pirate impression? 1, 2, 3, and go.
Army mateys.
That's better
Do
than
I win?
expected.
Do I win something?
Yeah.
Oh.
You get to choose somebody.
Dang it.
Wet Gremlin. Oh.
Very colorful.
Is this a Kingdom Death model? It gives me the vibe of Kingdom Death.
I don't think so. It's too whimsical or something for Kingdom Death. Maybe it could be. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Davey. Yeah.
Again, the jade as an accent more so than anything here is really nice. You've got the feature around the neck. I'm assuming we've got some of the bright jade on the shoulder and on the staff.
Yep.
And on the detailing on the back of the
Oh, it's a genie, like a djinn.
yeah, there's a lamp over on the left.
Oh,
bottom
okay,
there.
cool. I just noticed that.
Yeah, very interesting. I like this.
I love the jade stone too.
Yeah, I like that. I like the purple skin against the very colorful cloth and fabric going on there.
Yeah.
Very
No,
cool.
I haven't. I have seen them, Mo. This one just seemed like it, but maybe not.
You've obviously never looked at Kingdom Death models. There are some that kind of fit that vibe.
Wet Gremlin number 2.
All right. Here we've pulled really into the green side of jade.
Yes.
But again, this looks like nice, dirty stone, right?
Yep.
I love the addition of the actual kind of lichen for the moss on it.
Uh-huh.
It's really cool. Yeah, this is a neat piece. You know, this you could like put on your shelf and people would be like, ooh, where'd that come from?
Oh. Did you get that from an antique store?
Oh my God. I'm a collector.
I'm a collector. All right.
I love it. I love the aged gold field of it too. Really nice.
That's the last one, Jason.
What?
That's the last one. So
I'm just getting into staring at
So
these.
now this is what we have to do. Jason has to pick just a single model out of this whole submission. Isn't that right, Jason? One singular model.
Is this how we're gonna play it today, Chris?
Am I playing? I ain't playing, man.
Is this how we're doing it today, Chris?
I don't think
Is this
so.
your story?
I'm going to pick one, and you're going to pick one. And remember, folks, it's what speaks to us and Jade, The Jade theme. Isn't that right, Jason?
Go back through 'em.
Here we go. Ready? Boom, 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 boom.
That's not fair.
I'm kidding. All right, let's start from the back. Here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why everybody has to be such good painters. I have to go back to the feature of it being to really put Jade as the focus.
The Jade theme.
Right? To let the Jade tell a story in the piece that is not just, paint Jade.
Right. Yep. It's
and
Jade
so many
theme.
people really nailed that, right?
Yep. That's what I was thinking too. It's like, no, these aren't just Jade models. It's Jade, right?
I love the Jade skin.
Jade says, as my namesake, do I get a pick?
Yes. Jade also gets a pick.
Jade gets a pick. Jade, I hope you're paying attention.
Matter of fact, Jade, you can pick first.
Jade, you are now picking one of these models. So keep an eye
Made
out.
my job easier. Whittle it down for me, Jade.
Bud says you taught us well.
You guys outshine me. I love it. Oh, boy. Good. Oh, that one's great, too. Jeez. Oh, my God.
Batman.
Why you gotta put me on this? Oh, my God. Oh.
That one is magnificent. All right, I'm going to go back the other way. Jade, be paying attention.
Which one are you picking, Chris?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to let you do it.
Nope.
Sulfur's
I go
Owl.
last.
Jade just said Sulfur's Owl.
Ah, that's a good one.
No, I think you got to go, Jason.
All right, Sulfur. Congrats.
Sulfur,
You're Jade.
Congratulations.
From the mouth of Jade.
So, Sulfur, just here's what you're going to do. Message me in Discord. I'll ask you for your info, but please send me a message in Discord, and I will get you what you need.
That's how we get people to join the Discord. You want prize? You message on Discord.
All right, Jason, I'm going to go back.
That's not fair, man.
You want me to pick next?
Yes.
No, you got to do it.
Nope.
Okay, let me think about it.
That Jade sword is really good. The gold inlay really gets me on it. It really pulls the model together.
This one?
Yeah.
That's
Again, it's using Jade in a way that is...
It's Jade.
A highlight.
Yeah.
And a focus. I really love that one. But then the little pot with the smoke is fantastic. Freaking OSL skeleton is fantastic.
I would say that this is my pick. I think.
See what he's doing, chat?
I like this one a lot. I think this
He's
is my pick.
rope-a-doping. We call this rope-a-doping.
No. So here's my dilemma. It's this one or this one. This one? Because I love the Jade. This looks like Jade to me. Like the warp looks like a different color Jade.
Yeah, like the verdigris on the shield.
Both of them look great, and I just like. I think this
shows you the difference in the range of the color too, right? Because you've got the bluishness, the green. This one's gone out and used it in a lot of ways.
I think this one is this is tough. I think though, Game Hippie, you did an amazing job, but I think I got to give it to Colm. This is my pick. Colm, that's my pick.
All right, keep going.
That was a tough one, Game Hippie. Game Hippie, you get an honorable mention. Remember, if you want something, message me in Discord, Christmas_sushi. Sulfur, another winner.
I hate this part. I don't feel good. I have to go.
You don't feel good?
No, I got sick real quick.
You're fine. 0 complaints. Yeah, the game hippie, you did a great.
I have a bathroom emergency.
No, you don't. It's what Depends is for. Our new sponsor. We're not sponsored by Depends, but Depends, if you're out there, we hear you, and Jason needs help. He depends on Depends. Anyway, here we go. Yes, Game Hippie, you did a great job. Elder abuse. False.
Weedan is my pick.
Weedan is your pick?
Yep.
1 second. This one is so dang good, and Weedan.
I can't let the implementation of technique and the absolute hit on pulling Jade in as a component that is both environmental, storytelling, implementation of the color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Weedan, you did great.
I feel like I got to apologize to everybody because everybody really killed it.
There's
so many good ones.
Gosh, this is the hardest part of our job.
The jade cloth on both the little technician lady and kind of her engineer garb, and the kind of trench warfare looking lady, the World War I kind of medic looking thing.
Yeah,
those are high up there, right? Just nailed the idea of fabric. The highlighting was perfect. The technique was great. This one is really technically challenging to pull off, as well as the fact that by doing the monochromatic primary light source really pulls that Jade into it and lets it do the storytelling.
Yeah.
So I have to go with this one. I think Weedan knocked it out of the park. Great job.
Hey, congratulations to everybody. Hey,
great job.
Jade says, thank you for letting me pick one. I feel all special. Jade, it's in the name.
It's in your name.
Just saying.
How can we not have Jade?
I was just about to say, like, how could we not do that?
Yeah, as always, remember that this is not a contest. This is a challenge where we like to have fun and be able to pick our personal picks, and our personal picks have no bearing on your quality of work at all. A lot of times what I personally am looking at are the ones that when he flips the page and they really just jump.
Yes.
They're just like there's something there, and then I dig in and I say, is the something that jumps the part of the thing that was the challenge?
Yep.
And that's what Weedan's does. And a lot of people's did that. A lot of people did fantastic stuff with the Jade. I implore all of you, go join the Discord, hunt through all these people's pictures, give them some love.
Great job,
and pick a challenge and join in. These things are meant to be something where you can work out of your comfort zone. Things like the Jade challenge, where it's like focus on a color and make it part of the story, not just a part that you painted a thing in Jade, but make it a storytelling part. When I look at it, I go, wow, that Jade really becomes something special, is the idea. And I'm a big fan of allowing there to be some form of emotional connection to the piece through your storytelling and your composition that can happen in multiple ways. It's not always about a single color. Sometimes it's about the way you position the model. Sometimes it's the way you desaturate all of your colors, right? There's a ton of ways to pull that type of visual interpretation into your piece as an artist, where you can learn to direct the visual or the viewer's eye to the part of the model that you wanted to be the most important, right? And that has a lot of impact. It makes you a better painter because you'll start looking at each piece and making a decision. Like, I'm painting a bunch of Space Marines. I don't need there to be a visual focus. I just want a good-looking Blood Angels army. So there is no technical focus. I need the whole piece to just look good. I'm not putting light sources on them necessarily, just overhead outside, right? So you don't have to do it. So sometimes your storytelling is the coherency of a group of models that all look like they're supposed to be together. That's a storytelling mechanism. Yeah. And we do those, right? Sometimes it's a specific theme, right? We did one that was like war, and the violence people brought out in their models when they did it was the storytelling. That was great. Something like color with Jade. So we always challenge you in that regard, and I really appreciate everybody taking time to take part in it. Hope you had a fun time painting the models. You all knocked it out of the park. There were so many here that jumped off the page. Fantastic work, as always.
Yeah, great job to
really
everybody.
Good. Really good.
It's only 3:42, Jason.
I get to paint more?
Yeah. Hop on back up there, you.
Tim says, I saw a month I won a few years ago, and your paint job was terrible, but few liked the story you were telling. So it just depends on what the challenge is, right?
That is true.
This is not a deal where the best painted always wins.
Yep.
There are a lot of people who paint to a very high level, but might miss the idea of the challenge.
Yes.
Right? And we call that out and offer the critique there. It's meant to be a thing that all levels can benefit from.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. We've had some fantastic pieces over the years that have just absolutely killed it. And we've had some like newer painters that have really painted to the spirit of the challenge better than any of the experienced painters. It's always a toss-up. So
Yeah.
there's always another month. All right, we'll go paint some more.
Hey, why don't you go paint some more?
Hey, why don't you stop telling me what to do?
That's true.
I really did have a bathroom emergency, and now I'm awkward. I don't want to stay.
They didn't really hear that because you put the microphone away, but Jason has
Oh, I have to get over to the fart button.
he has pooped his pants.
He pooped his pants.
Did you poop your pants?
No. I
No.
haven't pooped my pants.
He's an adult man who doesn't poop his pants. Yummy. Yikes. Look at that. Wow. Great job, everybody. And by great job, everybody, I mean we all did that. We all painted those models together. And if you are wanting to challenge yourself, like Jason said, we always do one of those challenges every month.
Every month.
And it's in our Discord, which there's the link. And challenge yourself.
And this next month is OSL.
OSL, which I'm actually super excited
And
for.
Widan, you can't enter the skeleton again.
I know. A couple people were saying, well, Widan, hopefully you don't feel bad about
Next month.
Oh, that's funny. That's super good.
Yeah, it was fantastic OSL.
Good stuff. Wow. Closing time.
Wait, you just said I can paint
It's
some more.
open all the door. I'm kidding. You're good. Wow. This is like after that, this is kind of, it's funny because typically we had a little bit of smaller submissions this time. And this is kind of that post-show wind down, Y'all did a great job.
Are you trying to make an excuse for why you have no energy left? Is that what you're
Me?
doing?
I've got an amazing amount of energy, I guess.
You guess.
Hey. I do.
Hey, I do.
We're back to non-metallic gold. Surprise, surprise. No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
I actually do like how this is coming out. Chop, chop. Let's go.
I don't do things.
I'm kidding. I don't do things.
Anything worth doing is worth taking time to get completed.
Yes. Yes.
That's my way of looking at
Good.
it. That's my excuse for being slow.
No, you don't have to be. No. This is about the process. This army, it's funny because I have been putting together all of the thumbnails, right? And for all of you, a couple little snippets while Jason is doing this, I essentially will take a whip picture and put it as the thumbnail. I try to best get the whip to accurately be what he's working on that day, depending on what it is. But you can see the progress of the Blood Angels. You've made a lot of progress, Jason.
I have.
You haven't even played yet.
Played what?
Horus Heresy.
I beat the pants off Phil one day.
You did?
It's not really true.
When did you play?
That was during 2nd edition.
Oh. This was 3rd edition, my son. Super cool, man. That 3rd edition vibe. Phil says that was years ago.
Yeah. 2 to be exact.
Surprise, Philip has decided to award everybody in chat, $20. Philip, you're so kind.
We should let Philip pick a Jade winner.
Jade. We had Jade pick a Jade winner.
But then Philip could. We should have lots more people pick because then all of the models win. If
I
there's
have to
28
run.
people who enter models, we should have 28 people come pick their winner.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think we have to be hard and cold. Jason, we get to pick 1 or 2 winners. I've been told that by high command.
Okay. I tried, chat.
Mo says, Wow. Jason, you're a good guy. And Chris, you're an even better guy. Thank you so much for all that you do. Mo, that's so kind of you.
I don't feel like that's what he said.
Mo, wow. Thank you, Mo.
I don't feel like that's what he said.
Those are Mo's exact words.
What did Mo say?
Mo said, do, Jason's correct, and get bent, Chris. I don't know why that's what Mo sounds like in my mind right now.
You know, the funny thing is?
That's exactly what Mo sounds like?
That's exactly what Mo sounds like.
Yes.
It was very distracting when we were playing Kingdom Death together.
Oh,
you know, Jason, what you could do is you could move your guy over here, and that would be a big help to me.
You don't have your money here. Oh, Potter. Taking all of our money. Yeah, well, I want to leave this crummy town to see the world. You want to consider staying and running the bank, would you? Hell no. Chuck says, we'll be in Arizona around the time of November review. You can let Jade pick again. Great.
Wait a minute.
Great. Perfect. Come on down. If you guys don't come to the shop when you're in Arizona, there's going to be some hell to pay. That's a threat.
Like Chris said it.
Sorry, I got too angry right there.
It was a little heated.
Mo says if I sounded like that, I would be in a radio annoying the world. It's going to be a really good show. Chuck and Jade guest stream. Hey, if you guys are here on Challenge Review Day, why not? Technically, it would be December 1st or something. December whatever. Let's see. Monday, it's December 1st. That would technically be it. And you guys can come on. Do some judging. Do some critical critique. Oh, Chuck says we'll probably be at our first stop. Want to pick up some Nova Orange at HQ as long as Chris doesn't sell it all. Hey,
don't worry, Chris can't.
We're gonna have a fire sale the day before you get here of Nova Orange.
We have a special today. All Nova Orange is free.
Free.
Buy none, get 10 free.
We'll be in Arizona the 5th, our 10th anniversary. Hey, congratulations! That's awesome. Oh my gosh, it's a wonderful world. That's right. It's a wonderful life. Pokemon, Pokemember. Wow. You guys crush it every month. By crush it, I mean do a good job. Fire sale too soon, man. Oh, Wad. I see what you did there, Sonny.
Now's where you start seeing the metal come around.
Metal's starting to get a better attitude. Is there a promo code for this 20? It says Poke.
The promo code for what?
Yeah, you said, is there a promo code for this 20? Question mark? No.
What is this 20?
Yeah, I'm going to have to be a little bit more clear. Now, if you're looking for promo codes,
we have promo codes that operate all the time through what we call our monumental affiliates.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So all of our affiliates have got promo codes that they run that are either on their websites or mostly on their content.
Their socials a lot.
Awkwardish is a monumental.
Uh-huh.
We have some monumentals in chat. Feel free, monumentals.
Raise your hand.
Let people, raise your hand in chat if you're a monumental and direct people towards your content. You can go check out their content. They have a code that you can get a standing 5% discount that's reusable. You can use it all the time.
Yep.
So you can basically have a lifetime 5% off of all the stuff you buy from us if you just go support your monumentals. Support the people making the content to make painting easier and more enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, are you talking about the $20 that I told that Phil's going to give you? No, you just have to call Phil and keep him accountable.
I see.
Oh, no, I do think, Poke, you were asking about promo codes earlier. No, I was making a joke. Let me clarify.
Oh.
I think that's hilarious.
Chris is severely untrustworthy, I want to have you know, and I apologize every stream for this, and he just doesn't get it. He just keeps coming back with, guess what? Here's 4 billion sushi
He'll
points.
also build you a house
Yeah.
while you're at it. That's Philip for you. Building houses, giving $20 to everybody. But to a serious tone, what Jason just said is very correct. Poke, yeah, go find yourself a monumental code, and that definitely helps and show support to them.
We're always trying to pay it forward or backwards or whatever direction you want to call it for the people that create amazing content for us.
Phil says, if you show up to my house wearing a clown costume and holding a bouquet of roses, I will give you $20. That's something. First, you got to find out where he is. Here's his address. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, I think that was free license to give out Phil's address.
Maybe Phil's like, I just want people to show up.
I just want
in
friends
clown costumes.
I just want friends in clown suits.
Phil, I'm doing it. Shoot, yeah.
$20 is $20.
Cannibal's got a good point. So Chris can show up any day and get $20. That's right. Monument Phil, Chris wouldn't need a costume.
Oh,
yikes.
rude.
The trick is I'm starting to build a new house next week, so new address. That's hilarious. Hey, whoa, I'm not a clown, Cannibal. Ishmael saying, Jason, how are you liking the new Heresy edition?
I haven't played. I like the list building a lot.
You like the overall rules?
Yeah, I do. I think that the way that I presented it to people in my thoughts on it when I read the original rules and started looking at, Blood Angels in particular, because that's the list I'm making, obviously, is that I think had this been Heresy 1.0 or even 2.0, right, that people wouldn't be having any problem with it. I think that it changed enough to kind of piss some people off. But, if we joke about it, right, the meme is that, the only thing that the wargaming community hates more than change, things staying the same.
Yeah.
Right? And I think we're experiencing a little bit of that here. It feels that way, at least.
Black Wolf, 78 months. I know it has been longer. Wag! Hey, thank you for that sub. Jason, we got about 5 minutes left.
Popping close on the knee.
Popping close on that knee. Popping in close on that knee.
You see how we're starting to get the feel of metallic. I'm having to be very careful as I go in and pick where to get a couple of little fine highlights on this emboss here.
That's cool.
Starting to look like metal. Spend a little bit more time on the big boys. These dreadnoughts are bitching, so.
No, I don't use sounds to punctuate my points.
I love that this has become a joke to you, Christopher.
Nothing's a joke anymore. Without Batman, there's no punchline. Here's Watkins says, I'm catching up on the army painting videos for the beginning quite a bit here. Nice work staying on it.
Gotta do it.
Hey, he's got to do it. That's what he just said.
I've committed.
He's got to do it.
Be committed. We're doing it, chat. We're going to have blood angels at the end of this.
This
big
is-
old mass of blood angels.
And you've gotten a lot of work done on this non-metallic gold trim. This has definitely come to life pretty quick. And then essentially, once we get to a certain point, we might even paint the Thunderhawk, which will be cool. That's going to be very...
Chris definitely wants to see the Thunderhawk on here, so we're going to find
For a
a way
little
to
bit.
put some of the parts of the Thunderhawk on here. I don't
Yeah.
know that I can do the whole thing on stream.
No, I'm more of wanting to get it at the beginning, approaching large models. That's it. That's kind of what I want from it. And by me, I mean you, the people.
Yeah, it'll be a fun one. And by fun, I mean...
You're going to have fun.
Gut-wrenchingly stressful.
Really?
No.
No. Why would it be stressful?
Nah, it'll be fun.
Jason, it's about that time, though.
What?
That's right.
How is that possible? You just said I had 5 minutes.
That was 5 minutes ago.
I don't believe you. Why does he lie to me like this, chat? We need to get Chris a clock that isn't so anti-fun.
That would be the world's clock. But hey, if you like today's antics, go hop in that Discord I linked. Check out the OSL September Challenge. Challenge yourself. All the rules and details are in there.
Get a little shine on his crotch.
Yeah, you did.
All right. We gotta go.
That's right.
Chat, thanks for hanging out. If you showed up here with one of the raids and you don't have any idea where you are, you're at Monument Hobbies.
That's right.
We're the manufacturers of the amazing Pro Acrylic paints, all the Pro Series brushes, all the amazing stuff you see me painting with today. We'd love for you to go check out monumenthobbies.com. Chris has linked all of the stuff in chat there. Next time you're looking to pick up some paints or hobby supplies, give us a shot. We think you'll like what you find, and you can come back here and hang out with us all the time. We stream Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time.
That's right.
Here at Monument HQ in Phoenix, lovely Phoenix, Arizona, where we've been getting rain lately, which is actually kind of nice.
Get a rain.
It's very humid, though.
That's the sucky
Makes it to
part.
where when you take a shower, you sweat 5 minutes after you get out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to see you back here. We will be off tomorrow, though, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Chris and I are both taking a day off after the Nova Open because we worked through our holiday weekend. So we'll be taking tomorrow off, and we'll be back on Monday for a full week of action next week.
That's right.
So
Back at
enjoy your weekend. This is the last you'll see for us before Monday. But again,
Yep.
if you just joined us in here, please hit the follow button. If you're over on Twitch, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe. We do both channels simultaneously, Monday through Friday. We'd love to see you back. Also follow the links to join the Discord like Chris had mentioned. That way you can join in on all of the Discord challenges, hang out with an amazing group of artists just like yourselves. Great inspiration, great friends, horrible jokes, and a direct line to us, where you can ask us questions all the time, hear our inane statements, and hang out with the crew. We'd love to see you. Make sure to stick around for a little bit. Chris is going to find us somebody to raid so you get some more hobby goodness as you go off in your evening. And we will be back on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend. We won't see you till then. Adios, gang.
Take
We're
it
out.
easy.